Okay, what's going on?
So James and I split about a couple of years ago, and it's been pretty good. We've been splitting costs for our girl, but her last birthday she was 8 years old, and we had a great party. I planned it. It's been a lot of time, and it was about $1,500.
How, 8 years old?
Yes. Well, okay, she really likes, ice skating, so we rented out the ice skating rink, and then Tara Lipinski came and did a little routine for the girls. It was a lot of fun. But anyways, it did cost something, and James just refused to pay it.
Whose idea was it? Wait. How much was the birthday party?
The courtroom falls silent as the judge calls the case of Miss Jackson. What starts as a normal custody discussion quickly turns into something unusual. Miss Jackson explains that she and James have been co-parenting peacefully for years, splitting costs for their daughter. But everything changed after their daughter's 8th birthday party, a celebration that cost, $500? The party included an ice skating, rink rental, and even a performance from Olympic figure skater Tara Lipinski. Miss Jackson says James refused to contribute. Now she's standing in court asking for child support. But the judge seems puzzled. Can a birthday party really lead to a child support battle?
But $1,500.
Whose idea was it to have that expensive birthday party?
Tierney brought up the whole inspiration for it. So I just kind of, looked at what past birthday parties we had gone to, kind of the expectation was set at a certain level, and yeah, so I did ask James for certain input, and he did not give that, so I just took that as I have to parent up. So
So you want him to pay child support now?
Yes, I think this is kind of it's changing up the dynamics a little bit, that he wouldn't even pay for a little bit of her birthday party.
The judge immediately questions the situation. A $500 birthday party for an 8-year-old raises eyebrows. When asked whose idea it was, Miss Jackson admits it was inspired by another child's extravagant celebration. She explains that she wanted to maintain a certain standard among the kids. In her mind, these parties create expectations, and she felt pressure to match them. But the judge sees things differently. Instead of sympathy, skepticism fills the courtroom. The judge challenges her reasoning, suggesting that trying to keep up with other parents may have created the very problem she's now blaming on James.
So she's getting into ballet. There's recitals coming up. There are other things coming up, and I'm just nervous that she's going to see that imbalance in our relationship, and it's going to cost something.
But you're creating the imbalance. $1,500 for an 8-year-old birthday party?
That doesn't sound, it sounds bad when you say it out of the context, but that's normal.
Within the context, that is ridiculous.
That is normal.
No, it's not normal.
Susie had a birthday party that cost $2,000,
so you're trying to keep up with Susie?
Well, I didn't do $2,000. I could have done $2,000, and I think I kept it at a reasonable cost. Wait a minute.
Pause.
Miss Jackson argues that the real concern is balance in their parenting relationship. She fears their daughter might notice differences in how each parent contributes financially. Ballet classes, school activities, and future events could become complicated if James refuses to help. But the judge quickly turns the argument around. The imbalance, she says, wasn't created by James. It was created by the extravagant decision itself. Spending $1,500 on a child's birthday, the judge insists, is far from normal. The courtroom tension rises as Miss Jackson tries to defend the decision by comparing it to another parent who spent even more.
Can you speak some reason to me?
I would love to try, Your Honor. I am more than happy to help our daughter celebrate and live her life, but there comes a point where it's just, it's frivolous, it's opulent.
I agree.
I would have been fine going halfway down the middle of just like paying to have some kids to the skating rink, but we did not need Tara Lipinski there. I thought that you were joking when you said that, which is why I didn't respond.
I do not joke. And you know how...
Excuse me. Last time I checked, I was the judge. So I would like for the two of you to address me.
Thank you, Your Honor. Sorry.
You're welcome. You did not need
Now James finally speaks. Calm but firm, he explains that he loves supporting his daughter's life and interests. Activities like ballet or school programs? Absolutely. But hiring a celebrity skater for a birthday party crosses the line for him. He thought the suggestion was a joke at first. The judge interrupts the growing back and forth, reminding both parents that this is her courtroom. The core issue becomes clearer. James isn't refusing responsibility as a father. He's refusing to pay for what he considers unnecessary luxury. The judge listens carefully, weighing practicality against parental expectations.
Tara there.
Tierney really wanted her, though.
Yeah, but Tierney is not paying $1,500, is she? No, and it's absolutely ridiculous that you have the expectation of him to pay that when it was your idea. That is ridiculous. And you came to court today to ask me to do what exactly?
I just want in the future to make sure that there is a balance in our relationship.
I'm going to ask you again. What is it that you came to court to ask me to do?
I would like him to pay child support.
Well, I would like for you to not spend $1,500 on a birthday party. The 9-year-old, when she turns 9, no $1,500. When she turns 10, no $1,500. I mean, that is absurd. And then you want him to pay you child support.
The judge's patience begins to wear thin. She points out the obvious. The child didn't pay for the $1,500 party. Miss Jackson chose to spend that money. Expecting James to cover half after the fact seems unreasonable. The judge presses Miss Jackson to clarify what she actually wants from the court. The answer remains the same, child support. But that request only deepens the judge's disbelief. Child support, she explains, isn't meant to reimburse expensive party decisions. It exists to support a child's needs, food, housing, education, not luxury celebrations designed to compete with other parents.
Because he did not want to go in with you with this ridiculous amount of money you spent on a birthday party? Yeah, no, we're not doing that. I'm not going to have him pay child support based on that, and you guys have been sharing custody. So I'm assuming when the child is with you, you cover the expenses for the child, right?
And it's usually really amicable. It usually works really well, but...
Well, it sounds like she probably put herself in the hole with that $1,500 birthday party and is trying to recoup some of the money from it because you were trying to keep up with Susie paying $2,000, which is absolutely ridiculous. And I'm not going to do it. And I cannot believe you actually filed this in court and asked me to do it for those grounds. Yeah.
I see that there's no weird.
By now, the judge sees a different story unfolding. Miss Jackson, she suggests, may simply be trying to recover money from a costly decision she regrets. The comparison to another parent's $2,000 party becomes the final straw. The judge calls the entire situation ridiculous. She firmly states she will not order child support based on an extravagant birthday party, especially when both parents share custody and have been cooperating financially for years. In the judge's view, the system cannot be used as a tool to fix personal spending choices.
It's just, I'm happy to help. I'm happy to step in and help our daughter pursue her interests. If she wants to do ballet, sure.
Ballet makes sense. Ballet is an activity.
Right.
If she chooses to do ballet in school, I mean, it's an educational activity as well. But I am not going to order anybody pay child support based on a $1,500 birthday party. And you guys share custody. Who pays health insurance?
We both do.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only thing you guys should be doing. Maintain your own individual health insurance, but no, he is not going to pay child support for that reason. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Is there anything further?
I don't believe so, Your Honor.
Okay. Is there anything further from you?
I'm good. Thank you.
Okay. Well, I'm glad. If there's nothing further, you both are dismissed.
With the tension settling, the judge shifts the conversation back to what truly matters. The child's well-being. Both parents already split custody and share health insurance responsibilities. That, the judge explains, is exactly how cooperative parenting should work. If their daughter wants to pursue ballet or other educational activities, those are meaningful expenses worth discussing together. But a one-time birthday celebration does not justify court-ordered child support. The ruling is clear, the request is denied. In a calm but decisive tone, the judge dismisses the case.